Moving charges and magnetism. This is the fourth chapter in the second year PUC. Here, some of the basic fundamental things. Somewhere in the some corner they will ask you, especially for common entrance test or NEET or 1 mark questions in the final exams and all that. These are the basics. You have to listen like a story, but you can't remember everything. Okay, just you observe 2 3 times, you observe, and the derivations and all you have to practice, and definition you have to write several times and remember. Here what is a charge? There's a Q is the charge, is a positive charge. The positive charge moves in one direction, current is flowing this direction. In what is the conventional current? When electron moves in one direction, this direction, positive current is moving, said to be in the opposite direction. That is the way, right? In a conductor, in Ohm's law you have studied, when electron flows in this direction, current is said to be moving this direction. It's called conventional current. Now it is the conductor. In the conductor, whenever current exists, there exists a magnetic field. Now who found that? This is the Oersted. Oersted did that experiment that when a see, what he did is he passed a current through the conductor, right? Below that conductor, a magnetic needle is kept. He kept a magnetic needle here. When a current flows this direction, the north pole deflected in the other direction, right? See, or you can say like this, see. When a current flows in this direction, north flows deflect towards you. Understood? When the current flows, north flows towards you. If the current flows in the opposite direction, this direction, north pole deflect in other side. In other words, see, whenever there is a current flows in one direction, the magnetic field is formed around the conductor. Magnetic field is formed around the conductor. Therefore, the magnetic compass needle, this is what? Magnetic compass needle gets deflected when it's placed near the current carrying a conductor. See, this is the current carrying a conductor. When a compass needle, if you bring it, what will happen? This is the north pole get deflected. Right? More closer you come, deflection will be more. When you take far off, deflection will be less. Therefore, if the R is a distance, here deflection is what? Say 10 degree. If you come here, deflection will be 20 degree. Here, deflection will be 40 degree. For every 1 centimeter, if you move, what will happen? Deflection will be more, magnetic field will be more. That means, as R, magnetic field, strength of the magnetic field. Magnetic field I write B, it's a vector quantity. As you come closer to the wire, what will happen? It will go, the field is more, maximum. Right? When you come closer to this. As you go away, what will happen? It decreases. This is the variation of magnetic field with respect to distance. It depends upon the deflection. Now, as I said, which direction the magnetic field? See, the magnetic field, I'll write like this. See, this is a particular point, P, R is the distance, this is the direction of the current. Look, this is the direction of the current, this is the magnetic field, this is the direction of the magnetic field. Direction of the magnetic field. So at this point, R is the distance, from here it is R, from here is R, like that. R is constant, is it not? At this point, say A. The magnetic field is towards you. At this point B, away from you. It is away from you. Here, this point, this direction. Now, how to represent? This is the direction of the current. This is R. Okay. This is R. P is the point which is at a distance of R from the conductor. Conductor means what? Current carrying a conductor. Here the magnetic field inside, no? The magnetic field is inside, B. Here the magnetic field is outside, is it not? O, outside. O. It's coming outside. And here anywhere, in all the places it is a tangent, is it not? Therefore, actually this is the direction of the magnetic field, means direction which the compass needle get deflected. This is the direction. Therefore, the compass needle always align. The compass needle always align tangential to the circle. What is the circle? It's an imaginary circle. That means this is an imaginary circle. Imaginary circle is drawn. Therefore, what you do? Pass a current. Imagine a circle. This is an imaginary circle, right? Which direction the magnetic field? At this particular point, this is the direction the magnetic field is. Which direction the magnetic field? It's coming out. That means it's outside. Which direction the magnetic field? Inside. Going inside. Therefore, how to form a sentence for this? The compass needle, see this compass needle is always aligned where? Which tangential, right? Tangential. To what circle? This is an imaginary circle drawn around. Around what? Conductor carrying current. Or current carrying a wire. Okay. That means what? This is the area of a circle, no? Right? This is the center. And this is the plane. This plane is perpendicular to what? Direction of the current. Or direction of the wire. Therefore, everything you can put it in a sentence. One sentence. The compass needle always align tangential to an imaginary circle. Imaginary circle drawn around the conductor carrying current such that the wire is at the center and has a plane perpendicular to the direction of the wire. See, this is purely English. Nobody is going to ask you any question on this. But you can use your English. Try to put. But any sentence or any definition, when you write on your own, then after that you correct it from the textbook, you will get the perfect answer. English is not our language. Therefore, you don't bother. As long as the meaning is not changing, so no problem. Right? Don't use was, where, was, the plural, not plural, past sentence and all of this, right? Fortunately, unfortunately, and all, don't use it, right? It become unfortunate when you go and touch the current carrying the conductor, right? Therefore, here now, this is the direction of the current. Okay. Now, what happens here? At this point, magnetic field, which is at a distance of R, right, is showing some deflection. The deflection increases as you come closer and closer and closer. Therefore, the deflection increases the current, or else you can do one thing. Now I am putting here at this particular point. I will fix the point. At this point, the deflection is what? 10 degree at the fixed point. It is fixed because of 3 ampere. Now I put 6 ampere. What will happen? Deflection becomes 20 degree. Right? 9 ampere. It becomes how much? 30 degree. Therefore, deflection increases with the strength of the current. These are all the experiments he did it. Right? When the direction of the current increases, see now what happens? The magnetic field is in this direction, is not. Current is going in one particular direction. Now, if the current is reversed, the direction of the current reverse, what will happen? The magnetic field, instead of going like this, the magnetic field will be getting reversed. Here, when the direction of the current is this, here what? It is outside, here it is inside. The magnetic field is outside, magnetic field is inside. That's all. Therefore, all these things together you can put in a simple sentence. What are the things? You please give a talk on this. Is that right? According to the oyster, the magnetic needle or magnetic, what is it? How to describe? A magnetic needle or a compass needle get deflected when placed near the current carrying a wire. Okay, you know this. The compass needle is always aligned to what? This one. It is always aligned to the what? Tangent to the imaginary circle drawn around the conductor carrying a current. Okay, so that the circle is what? Perpendicular to the what is the plane of the circle is perpendicular to the direction of the conductor or direction of the current. Okay, that is one thing. Now the deflection increases for a fixed current. Deflection increases as you come closer to the conductor, right? For a fixed current or for the fixed distance. For the fixed distance, deflection increases as the current increases. Is it not? All these things are the observations. Another thing is what type of say, that is, if you pass the current, the magnetic field forms a concentric circle around the conductor. Therefore, the magnetic field lines, this is what magnetic field lines or magnetic lines of force. This is also called magnetic lines of force, right? Around the conductor carrying a current is what? What type of circle? Concentric circle. With wire as the center. See, all these things are 1 mark questions, it will come, or objective type, right? Therefore, another thing is, now the current is straight. Now, if I take a conductor and I pass this is a what, circular conductor. This is a circular conductor loop. Now I pass the current like this. What will happen? The magnetic field is, see, is the center. See, this is the current. Now magnetic field will be at the center. If this is the, see, previously what? If this is the direction of the current, this will be the magnetic field. Now I will do this. If this is the direction of the current, this will be the magnetic field. Understood now? Right? Now, there are 2 type of things, right? Now what happens? I am putting like this. See. That means I can't see properly. Look, it is going inside, right? Look, I am keeping my finger like this. Understood? So it's so enlarged for you, right? Now it is inside. Now, if I reverse this, if I reverse the current, this is outside, right? That means what is this? This is what? Clockwise, no? Clockwise current. This is anti-clockwise current. Anti-clockwise current. Now, I'll write it in a different page, or here itself I'll write it. Look. See, south you write, north you write it. This is the loop, right? Or this is the circular conductor carrying a current. If, what is this? If the current flows in this direction, right? Flows this direction. Magnetic field is inside. Magnetic field is inside. Now this face behaves like a south pole. That means magnetic field is what? Inside. This is a circle. Okay. Look. And this becomes a north pole. This will become the south pole. You understood now? You have to imagine. Right? Now this is what? What current? Clockwise current. Clockwise current. Now this surface becomes like a south pole. That surface like a coin. That side surface becomes like a north pole. Right? Now here what happens? Anti-clockwise direction. Is not? Anti-clockwise direction. In anti-clockwise direction is what? I'll write a conductor, circular conductor. Current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now what? Anti-clockwise direction is outside now. Magnetic field is outside. Magnetic field is outside. Therefore, this behaves like a north pole, that behaves like a south pole. Can you follow? Therefore, look, suppose, see, this is a very, very lot of meaning in this. What is that? Anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise current is equivalent to what? The phase with anti-clockwise direction is equal to north pole. Now, think about this. Look, where we are coming now? When electron flows in this direction. When electron flows in this direction, current is said to be moving in the opposite direction. Right? Look, I'll write it again. Current is flowing this direction. Right? What direction current is flowing? Current is flowing in what? Anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise current. In other words, electron is flowing in this direction. When electron revolves around an atom and a nucleus, right? This forms what? A current, is it not? Can you follow? Now what will happen? Here, this side becomes north pole. That side becomes south pole, is it not? Here, what did I say? Here outside is outside. This becomes north pole. Therefore, here outside, inside this outside, this is a north pole and south pole. Magnetism, that's the reason. Magnetism start from here. This is called macro level to micro level, not micro level, atomic level, going there. See, all these things you're supposed to know, but at present, just you listen once, then when you read the textbook, you'll understand. Okay? But all these things carries 1 mark. Right? Now, what is the conclusion from this? What do you conclusion? Conclusion is this. Conclusion, this is called Oersted experiment. Any moving charge or a current carrying a conductor produces magnetic field. That's all. Therefore, conclusion of Oersted experiment is what? Moving charge or current carrying a conductor produces a magnetic field. All these things have asked in the 1 mark question and CET and all that. Example, what Oersted and Faraday together they found electricity and magnetism. Right? Therefore, what is the magnetic field? If they ask, magnetic field is what? If there is a charge, see, if a charge is stationary, it produces electric field. If it is stationary, when a charge starts moving along with electric field, it produces magnetic field also. Remember, there is a lot of different. When a charge is stationary, it's called electrostatic. We have studied. This is when charge moving is called dynamic. It's called electrodynamics. Therefore, when a charge starts moving, not only electric field, you'll get what? Magnetic field. Here what? Force per unit charge. Force per unit charge is called electric field you studied, is it not? Or force, electric field. Electric force is equal to QE. This you studied in electrostatics. Right? Force due to charge at rest. Now what is that? When charge start moving, it produces a magnetic field, is it not? Okay. Now this we are going to study the combined field, right? This is called Lorentz force and all we are going to discuss. Therefore, a moving charge, any moving charge, a moving charge is equivalent to current. That means a current, a moving charge produces magnetic field. They may ask, what is the magnetic field? It is a space around the moving conductor. See, this is the current, conductor carrying a current, and this is a space around which the magnetic effect is felt. What is magnetic effect is felt? Deflection shown by the compass needle. That's all. Right? What is then when they ask us, what is the source of magnetic field? What is source of magnetic field? These are all entrance exams. What you have to write? NEET also they have asked. Source of, nobody answered properly. The source is what? Moving charge. You have to write moving charge. See all this, see whatever I thought so far, you definitely will be getting one question. This is called listening skill. Listening skill. It's based on your listening skill. How much you understand or comprehensive capacity or knowledge. Knowledge based question is this only. Right? Comprehensive capacity. Once you understand this, you can see this is the way, this knowledge, student they won't write this very descriptive, why you have to think. These all the things gives you lot of thinking. Right? Therefore, how magnetic field is produced? Simply if I ask you the question, how a magnetic field is produced? Take a magnet, you keep it here north pole, the magnet by magnet. This is one method. From a magnet. Another thing is what? You pass a current through a conductor, magnetic field is produced. This is first method, second method. Any other method you know? Any charge, you move. Any charge, positive charge, you move. Moving positive charge is equal to the current, positive current, it produces the magnetic field. And another one is a very, very difficult here. See, I will tell you what is electric field. Positive charge and negative charge. Here, electric field is this. This is a constant electric field. In the constant electric field is going like this, is it not? Right, because it's a battery or a cell you are keeping here. Your direct current, plus and minus. Instead of this, if you have an oscillator or oscillating field, electric field, right? Because suppose electric field is what? Constant, say 10 volt. Now suppose the electric field is varying 5 to 10, 10 to 5, it keep changing, it variable, say 5 to 10, right? If it varies, keep on varying from between what 10 to 5 or 0 to 10, 0 to 10, like this is the variable field, or it changes when voltage changes, electric field changes. Whenever there is a change in electric field, that means change in electric field with respect to time, you will get magnetic field also produced. These are all high-end thinking. Therefore, they may ask you for 2 marks. How magnetic field is produced is fully based on your knowledge. One is having a magnet, you will get the magnetic field. Or passing a current through a conductor, you get a magnetic field. Or you make the charge to move, it produces a magnetic field. By having a variable electric field, by changing electric field, you will get a magnetic field. You understood now? Right? All these things are based on the knowledge. Who concluded the moving charge or current? See, moving charge or a current produces a magnetic field. Oersted. His name is Oersted. Some Christian Oersted, something they'll put Oersted. See, now I'll tell you, Tesla is what is called? Tesla. This is like Newton is the unit of force, no? Same thing. Tesla is the unit of magnetic field. Tesla is the name of the scientist. Tesla. Right? What is 1 Tesla? 1 Tesla. 1 Tesla is equal to 10 to the power of 4 Gauss. Gauss theorem, no? That means 10,000 lines. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For one line, I'll put 1 point. Another line, another point. 3, 4, 5, 6. 10,000 lines form a bond. 10,000 lines, right? 10,000 Gauss. One line is 1 Gauss. Therefore, what is 1 Gauss? 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. These all are, a different unit. Like 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Right? 1 erg is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Newton. Like this. 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. Like that. Here CGS different unit, but Tesla is the standard unit, right? That means 10 to the power of 10,000 Gauss, one line of force. One line of force is called 1 Gauss. Like that, there are 10,000 lines of force from 1 Tesla. Now I take 1 Tesla as a unit. 1000 rupees, or sorry, 2000 rupees, or 1 rupee. 1 rupee made up of 100, 1 rupee. You are not seeing 1 rupee, but 100 paisa equal to 1 rupee, right? But you are not seeing 1 paisa now. It's not. But you have to imagine 1 rupee is made up of 100 paisa. When I say 100 rupees, you have seen the 100 rupees, but it is made up of 101 rupee. Understood? Like that it is. Therefore, Tesla is the unit of the magnetic field. Then what is the SI unit of magnetic field? SI unit of magnetic field is called Tesla. That means TES, Tesla. See, go through the YouTube what Tesla is. He's a great scientist, and he is greater than any other scientist in the world. But his name is what? Forgotten in different places. They have not highlighted him. And everybody knows Edison. But Edison is nothing in front of Tesla. Right? Most of his findings, Tesla's findings, are only Edison claimed. Edison and Marconi claimed. Right? It's unlucky scientist, and not interested in money or fame or anything like that. He's a godly man. Please, if you have a time, just go through who is Tesla is. And lot of stories you can get, not like Edison's or anybody like that. Right? Even Stephen Hawking and everybody who are, they used to praise Tesla. Okay, anyway, what is a magnetic field? Magnetic field is a vector quantity. What is magnetic field? It's a vector quantity. See, if a charge is not moving, if charge is moving only now, if a charge moving only, right, magnetic field will be, you'll get the magnetic field. If velocity is 0, that means charge is not moving, magnetic field becomes 0, right? Therefore, this is also important for CET, right? The mass is the magnetic field scalar vector, it is a vector quantity. But a moving charge, if the magnitude of field, see here, what is the magnitude of magnetic force if the charge is moving? What is the not moving? 0. Magnitude of magnetic force is what? 0 if it is not moving. Now, I'll tell you, this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter. 1 meter, right? Okay. You know, this is 10,000 lines, this is on 10,000 lines, this is 10,000 lines, this is 10,000 lines, 10,000 lines. You know that? 10,000 lines, right? Each line is 1 Gauss. This is 1 Tesla, 1 Tesla, 1 Tesla, 1 Tesla, 1 Tesla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tesla. 5 Tesla per meter square. What is per meter square? 1 per meter square. 5 Tesla per meter square. No, 5 Weber, sorry. 5 Weber per meter square. Okay. 5 Weber per meter square is equal to 5 Tesla. Alright? Therefore, what is 1 Weber? See, I did a mistake there. I think, what is 1 Weber? 10 to the power of 4 Gauss. Right? What is 1 Tesla? 1 Tesla is what? 1 Weber per meter square. That means 10,000 Gauss per meter square. Here how many Webers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 5 Weber per meter square. See here what I said here? Something's wrong. And again what? Don't believe whatever I say. You just go through the textbook, net, talk with your teachers and all that. See? Because see now, see here you understood of? Here 1 Weber is equal to 10 to the power of 4 Gauss. And please verify, go through the textbook. See, because offhand I am telling you, and don't think the teacher is not doing any mistake. Teacher will always say, always try to find a fault on the not fault, to find out the master is doing any wrong or something, try to correct, but don't keep telling everyone, right? It is your observation, because we will be distracted by so many other things. Anyway, coming back to this, 5 Weber per meter square is called 5 Tesla, right? Now, what is the approximate? See, Earth has a magnetic field. See, Earth. This is North Pole, geographical north, geographical south. Earth itself behaves like a huge magnet, right? And whose magnetic south pole is at the Earth magnetic south pole at northern hemisphere. Earth magnetic north pole is at the southern hemisphere. This is an equator, right? This is an equator. This is a line, imaginary line passes through the axis of this magnet. This is called magnetic meridian. Meridian is the plane. I'll tell you what is this. This is an imaginary line passed through the north pole and south pole, is called geographical meridian, right? Delta. All these things, declination, these and all I will discuss in the next class, right? Now, Earth has a magnet. Earth has magnetic field. Earth magnetic field is denoted by B suffix H, horizontal component. H represents horizontal component. Its value is what? 3.63, double it, 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla, or nearly 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. Like this it comes, but don't worry, 3.5, B is equal to 0.36 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. Understood, no? 0.4 Tesla. This is the magnetic field, or B is equal to this is so much. This is called Earth magnetic field. Now, what is the right hand? See, another rule also they'll ask you for a direction. Right hand Club's rule. See, I'm holding the conductor like this. This is the direction of the current. This is the direction of the current. This is the direction of the magnetic field. If you imagine, right, according to this law, a straight conductor carrying a current, okay, is imagined to be held. Imagined to be, that is important. To be held. You can't go and hold a conductor carrying a current. You will die. Right? Imagine if the straight conductor carrying current is imagined to be held. Which hand? In the right hand. The right hand. Such that the thumb, right? The thumb gives the direction of the electric current. Direction of the current. Then the direction of the other fingers, right? I'm not writing the finger properly, right? Like a leprosy finger, okay, is alright. But you can understand now what is this here. The direction of the current along the direction of the thumb, then the direction of the other finger encircling the conductor. Encircling the conductor gives direction of the magnetic field. They have asked this 1 mark. Please write your own word, then correct it. One from textbook, you have bought it now. Student, they will take the textbook, they open and spell it and keep it off in the home. No, you open it, read that, write down only this, right? 1 mark, right? First you write on your own word, then correct your mistake there from the text. Now, here, according to what the right hand claps rule, this is the direction of the thumb. See, if the straight conductor carrying a current is held in the right hand, imagine to be held in the right hand such that the direction of the thumb gives the direction of the current. What current? Electric current. Then the direction of the other figure encircling the conductor gives the direction of the magnetic field. See, 2-3 times if you write now, your English will be perfect. Perfect English will get it only by writing this. You learn grammar, proper grammar. But what we are teaching is this is a Butler. Learn English. What is the physics? Through Butler English. Butler English means lot of mistakes. Our what is that? Our own colloquial English. But while writing it, you write it, correct it 2-3 times, and it should be like a Shakespearean. The laws and all are like the Victorian languages. Okay. Another thing, another law is also there. What is that? That is called Maxwell right hand rule. What is that? Maxwell right hand cork screw rule. See, the cork screw will be like this. Right hand. They used to open the cork of a bottle. Right? That wine bottle and all that. They used to work like this. Right? You rotate. Maxwell used to drink a lot, I think, right? And he gets a lot of theory while drinking, maybe. Don't know. That is a story. Now, if you rotate like this, see, if you rotate, the screw advances in this direction. This is not tip of the screw. This is the direction of the current. The direction in which the handle rotates gives the direction of the magnetic field. It is not a proper English, right? The statement is this: if the handled corkscrew is rotated, right? Rotated such that tip advances in the direction of the current. What current? Electric current. And the direction in which the head of the or handle of the handle, no? This is head. Right? Head of the screw. This is called head of the screw. Or end of the screw. Rotation gives the direction of the magnetic field. Please. Very simple. This is the direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of the current. This is the tips. It goes in this direction. This is the screw I have written. This is also 1 mark they'll ask you. Here also what you have to write. Write your own words. Text, say the textbook or notes. Correct it 2-3 times. Definitely you'll be getting this. They'll ask you for the exam. 1 mark. Explain the principle of superposition, very simple, of a magnetic field. If this is a magnetic field due to 1 bar magnet, say B1, the another magnetic field B1 is called 7 Tesla, right? You keep another magnet on the top of it, the magnetic field B2 is equal to 2 Tesla. The resultant magnetic field is what? B1 plus B2. If both are on, you keep one magnet on the top, north. So just if you keep it and tie it up, north. Suppose this is the magnetic field in this one direction due to one magnet. This is the magnetic field produced by some other magnet. Since it is a vector quantity, vector additions are important. Therefore, this is called principle of superposition. The magnetic field of several sources, this is one source, a charged body moving, that gives another source. This is equal to vector addition, B1 plus B2 plus B3 of the individual sources. See, all these things, now you have got one idea. This is called a bird view of